Hey, what's up everybody? This is John from Toxic Crew Plays, and welcome back to Fallout New Vegas. So, from where we left off last time, we were making our way into the REPCONN test site, because the people of Novac have told us that there is a bit of a ghoul problem, and a ghoul problem indeed. We just fought off quite a lot of feral ghouls, and have made our way up to the research labs where I think we're going to find some answers as to what's really been going on here. So let's make our way in and see what's going on.
God, but are you ugly. Get upstairs and talk to Jason before I throw up just from looking at you.
Um, I don't think that you're a ghoul.
Your pranks won't work on me, Smoothskin. They won't work on Jason either.
Yeah, man, I don't know if it's like the light in here or what, but smooth skin? Your skin looks pretty smooth to me. What's your deal?
Stop wasting my time, Smoothskin. Go waste Jason's.
And, yeah, so that's good old Chris Haversam. Haversam, however you pronounce it. He was the voice on the intercom that called us up here. So yeah, he told us to go see Jason Bright. So let's see if we can find him, because there's 2 floors in here, and I always tend to forget where he is. I think he's upstairs. Ah, yes, here he
Hey
is.
there.
Hello, Jason.
Hello, Wanderer. Please forgive us our humble surroundings. Our true home awaits us in the far beyond. Have you come to help us complete the great journey?
Who are you?
I am Jason Bright, the prophet of the great journey. All the ghouls you see here are members of my flock.
your, your last name's Bright. It's kind of funny.
An auspicious name, don't you think? It was mine before I became as I am now. Before the Great War, even. Truly does the Creator author a destiny for each and every one of us.
Okay, well, what's this, what's the great journey that you've mentioned?
We wish to escape the barbarity of the wasteland, especially the violence and bigotry of its human inhabitants. The Creator has promised to my flock a new land, a place of safety and healing, a paradise in the far beyond. Preparations for the great journey were nearly complete when the demons appeared.
Okay, let's take a step back, Jason. Before I ask you about those demons, what's the far beyond?
I have glimpsed it only in visions, Wanderer, but what I have seen is truly miraculous. It is a place of light and healing, and I know in my soul that my flock will be safe there.
And how will you make the journey?
The means by which the great journey is to be accomplished are an article of faith, not to be discussed with outsiders.
Okay, what's the deal with that guy who let me in? He was kind of weird.
You're referring to Chris. I doubt you had much luck if you tried telling him that he's human. We had the same discussions when he first appeared, and the same lack of success. He believes he is one of us. Soon enough we realized that Chris was a gift from the Creator. He is integral to the success of the great journey.
Huh, okay, well, I'm actually here because feral ghouls have been wandering into Novac, and they're not too happy about it.
And they've been shooting them down like animals, haven't they? Those ghouls were members of my flock, even after the madness consumed their minds. We never let them wander free. We kept them safe on the first floor. We kept them contained. The demons must have let them out, somehow. And now they are lost forever, denied the salvation and healing glow of the far beyond. Please, Wanderer, bear in mind that every feral ghoul you spare now is one that we can save later. Once the way is clear, our feral brothers and sisters will accompany us on the great journey. If there are any left.
Okay, tell me more about... What are these demons you keep talking about?
The demons appeared from nowhere. Except it might be more accurate to say they never actually appeared at all. The demons are invisible. Where one of them stands, the most one sees is the air shimmering, like sunlight on water. They set upon us as we were on our way to worship one morning. We had just entered the basement. My flock fought bravely and killed a few, but at such cost. Nearly half of us died or went missing. The rest of us retreated up here. One of the demons raved at us, but they have not tried to attack us since. Still, their demonic presence brought all progress towards the great journey to a standstill. But now you have come. Once again, the Creator has sent a human to help us across a seemingly insurmountable obstacle.
Okay. Well, you said one of the demons raved at you.
Yes, over the intercom. Threats of death should we step outside. Guarantees of safety should we stay locked away. It went on for hours, and did not always make sense. But that was the first day only. Since then, silence. Will you drive away the demons, Wanderer?
Well, I don't really have a choice here. I mean, I kinda gotta get rid of the ghouls, so if getting rid of them means getting rid of you, then, you know, sure.
Praise the Creator. Bless you, Wanderer. Bless us all. As soon as the underground has been rid of demons, preparations for the great journey can resume.
Alright, and with that we actually get the basement key. So we passed the door for that a little while back, but now we can actually head down in there. So the sort of Spark Notes version of what Jason was talking about, because he did say a lot of things there. So essentially Jason Bright is something of a cult leader for these ghouls. Because ghouls are discriminated against in the post-apocalypse. So Jason's goal is essentially to gather all of these ghouls in his flock and take them on a journey to the far beyond, where it is essentially a land of peace, escaping all of the violence and barbarism of the wasteland, where they can all safely reside. However, these invisible demons, i.e. the Nightkin, so that explains where they came from, they showed up and sort of drove them up into the research labs, and now they can't access the basement. So we have to go and clear them out. So there are actually two ways to go about this. There is a more peaceful and a more violent approach. Chicken Parm is feeling a bit spicy this week, so we're going to go for the violent approach. And this is exactly why I have all of these stealth boys. We have 9 stealth boys, and this is why we pick them up. So let's head on in. Nightkin are tough. They're a little beefy. Here we go. Yep, and thanks to Eddie's enhanced sensors, we can actually see them while they're invisible. Yeah, we want to go for headshots. Actually, wait. I forget. Does armor piercing work better on them? Because I think Nightkin do have built-in damage resistance. I feel like this works slightly better. Plus, we are getting sneak criticals, so let's go for the headshots.
Oh my.
There we go. Perfect, and we're still hidden. If you see that counter that just showed up in the top left, oh, this guy is running around. Yep, let's get a little bit closer. Nice. Yeah, so that counter right up there on the top left. So New Vegas has a lot of built-in challenges, like in-game challenges, and it's actually pretty fun. They're not required at all, but they do add a fun element of, hey, if you want to, you know, try something that's a little difficult, you know, give this a go, see what happens. Essentially, what we want to get out of it is if we complete the challenge, we get a nice big dump of 500 experience points. And that's absolutely lovely. We definitely want 500 experience points off of this challenge. The peaceful way to go about this quest does give you experience as well, but in my opinion, it pales in comparison to the amount of experience you'd get between killing all of these Nightkin and then getting the experience from completing the challenge. So it's far more worth it, in my opinion, to just go the violent route here. Oh, reload the gun. Don't want to forget to do that. Wait, are there any more around here? Okay. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, just like with the rest of RepCon, I tend to get lost down here. Wait. Yes, down here. Okay. Alright, so in this room, there is a very specific named Nightkin. So because we've been killing the other Nightkin, he may not be too happy to see us.
Antler says you are the one killing my kin. Antler says you must die.
Yeah, he's not too happy. Yep, and just keep going for those headshots. And we got him. Nice. Okay. So yeah, this was Davison. We'll take his key, his grenade, and yeah, let's take the bumper sword. Why not? Okay. So basically, the whole deal with Davison is if you had not been killing the Nightkin and you just came straight to him, because this office is actually right down the hall from the entrance. If you came straight to Davison, he would have approached you peacefully. So the reason the Nightkin are here is because they are in search of stealth boys, as most Nightkin are. But Davison, again, as Nightkin are, is very severely schizophrenic. He follows the orders of this Brahmin skull named Antler. And kind of a fun little thing, if you touch or move Antler at all, Davison will go hostile. But essentially, if you approach Davison peacefully, he will ask you to help him find the shipment of stealth boys, which would require you to head over into this room.
Come and get it, you big dumb. Hey, you're not one of those things out there. Who the hell are you?
Yeah, Jason sent me down here to get rid of the, demons.
And I bet he told you it's the Creator's will for you to risk your ass, instead of him, right? Well, good luck with that. I'd give you a hand, but no thanks. I may look like a corpse, but I'm partial to living.
You don't look like the other ghouls from Bright's group.
Guess the outfit gives that away, huh? I never did buy into that religious mumbo-jumbo with the robes and all that shit. It gets lonely out in the wastes, okay? And I don't have to tell you that Bright's group has got some fine-looking ghoulettes in it. Or maybe I would have to tell you. Anyway, I helped them out, and they kept me supplied with ammo and pleasant company.
Okay. So, this is where the quest sort of takes another optional route. So, approaching Davison peacefully is one optional way to branch off this quest. We can help Harland, which is another optional branch of the quest, but it's not at all necessary because we've already killed Davison. So yeah, we can just straight up kill him at this point.
Then you're dumber than you look, Smoothskin. Eat this.
And do we have any good shots on him? No, I don't want to take that shot. Wait, oh, he got me. Yeah, yeah. Harland is, I mean, he's not the easiest guy to deal with. If you do decide to fight him, he has a, hunting rifle. So let's go with the Cowboy Repeater. And let's see, alright, we got 55 on the left arm. And we got him. Alright. So that was cool. Okay. So, basically, if we had agreed to sort of help Harland out a little bit, he would have told us he's not leaving without his friend. We would have had to go down into the jail area of the basement, which we're probably going to visit anyway. And you would just find the body of his friend, come back, tell him they're dead, blah-bitty-blah-bitty-blah. So I'm going to have Eddie and Boone wait right out here.
I'll sit.
Oh, I already had the flashlight on. Yep, they're going to wait right out here, because this room is, once again, full of booby traps. So, we don't want them following us around. So there are, yep, there are bear traps over here. Oh, no, don't do anything. Bear traps over here. There are a couple of tripwires as well. And probably, the most dangerous part is that there are frag mines, but they're hidden underneath piles of dust. Because Harland is a very crafty guy. So, yeah, they're even harder to see with this lighting mod, I'm not gonna lie. Because it's much darker in here than it usually is. So... Oh, wait, you can kind of make them out. Yeah, okay. So let's just take our way through here nice and slow. There's some jet in the corner. Just grab that. Alright, so we've got a bear trap right here. Disarm that. We've got a tripwire here. Yep, we've got one concealed mine. Yep, and we can disarm and collect it. I think it is an explosives check to do that, but I don't remember what the number is. And then, yeah, we need repair 45 to grab that shotgun, but otherwise we're okay. And then, yep, Harland's right over here. Grab some ammo, his key, and his hunting rifle. Okay, now there's another mine right over here. Yep, just grab that. Do the other bear trap. And I don't think there's any right here. Oh, another bear trap. And this is all just free, easy experience, so that's perfect. But yeah, I do really enjoy Harland's very upfront attitude. He's not into Jason's whole cult shtick. You know, Jason believes that Chris Haversim's presence as well as your arrival are essentially divine intervention. And it's the creator essentially sending him someone to help make their journey. But yeah, you can interpret it how you'd like. But yeah, Harland is not about that. So just grab these two over here. Yep, and we do actually collect the mines, so that's, you know, some good free money right there. Yep. There's another tripwire right by this computer. So just deactivate that. And there's two shotguns here. Grab the ammo. Now wait, let me just work my way back around. Just being very cautious. Yep, one more mine. Yep, disarm that. Okay, perfect. Now, do not touch this terminal until you've gone around back, because as you can see, you can activate the rear panel. And we don't have explosives high enough, so we can't actually deactivate it. But yes, if you try to use this terminal without deactivating that back panel, it will just straight up explode. And that's no good. Alright, so I think we got all the mines down here, so I think we're okay now. Yeah. Alright, perfect. So now we can make our way upstairs. Because Harlan does have a couple good things laying around up here. There's some radroach meat, if you need food. There is... Wow, it's dark in here. Okay. Yep, he has more 308 rounds sitting around over here. I think he does have a bag in here somewhere with stuff in it. Did he? I don't quite recall. Whoops. Alright, well, never mind that. Alright, let's give some stuff over to Boone real quick, just to lighten up our load. Yep, give him all the frag mines. Yeah, give him the hunting rifle, the plasma defender, and the rebar club. Alright, and we'll switch back over to that gun. And we'll see if we can make our way over to the jail cell. Ah, yes, it's down this hallway. Alright, so let's grab this other stealth boy real quick. Yeah, I actually didn't need that many stealth boys, but it's always good to just stock up on them. And then, you know, sell the rest if need be, or just use them. Where is he? There he is. Yeah, so this Nightkin is a little more dangerous than the other ones. He is the Nightkin Jailer, and he has the Incinerator, which is the big boy flamer. Not something you really want to take a hit from. Yeah, let's see if we can take him out.
Got you.
Got him. There we go. Perfect. Yeah, let's take that Incinerator. It's not in the best condition, but we can definitely sell it for some caps later on. Was there another Nightkin? No, okay, we got the quest notification. We can go tell Jason that the Nightkin are dealt with. So, yeah. The Nightkin are gone at this point. We've cleared them all out, so we can go tell Jason about that. So, if you did actually agree to help Harlan and find his friend, I believe it's in... I think it's that door down there. There is a dead body. If you go and just check it out, then that's Harlan's friend. You can go tell him that, and he'll just leave. In the bigger picture, it is kind of sad, too. Because the Nightkin came here looking for stealth boys. They had heard that there was a shipment that was sent here. But in the room with Harlan, if you check the terminal... there actually is no shipment of stealth boys. It was sent here by accident, and the Repcon staff had sent it back. So it was all just for nothing. You know, it's pretty sad.
Is the way clear?
Yep, the demons are gone. You're free to go.
Praise the Creator, and bless you, Wanderer. The way is clear. I will lead my flock through the basement to the sacred site. I hope you will come find us there, Wanderer. There is much to be done.
Alright, so this sort of kicks off what I consider to be the third part of working through the Repcon test site. So we're going to be following Jason and his crew down to the basement where we just were. So, yeah, sort of a sign of things to come. There is a bit of runaround involved in this section. So let's just make our way back down to the basement and see what Jason needs now. And look at these guys in their spacesuits. Don't they look snazzy? So Jason didn't actually tell us what his plan was, but, you know, if you're paying attention, you can sort of put it together with context clues. The spacesuits, the fact that they are at the Repcon rocket test site, they're essentially planning to use the rockets here at Repcon to blast off and find the far beyond. Oh, that's right, I left these guys back here. Whoops. Sorry about that, boys.
I've got your back.
Alright, so if we just open up this door that was behind Davison, and head down these stairs that opened up in the floor. Yeah, now we're in these sort of access tunnels. There's not much down here. There's plenty of scrap materials, if you want to build weapon repair kits or anything. But really, we're just trying to head all the way down the hall here. And straight through this door at the end. Now, before we talk to Jason, there are actually a couple of good things in here. So over on these tables to the left, so there is a spacesuit. That is absolutely invaluable. So check that out. The spacesuit gives you rad resistance plus 40. Well, the helmet doesn't actually do much. It just goes with the suit. But the suit is what's important. This is essentially going to be your armored rad protection. There are a couple of spacesuits and hazmat suits in the game. There's maybe 2 or 3 I can think of. But this is one of the easiest ones to come by. It is just right here, free to take. And yeah, this thing is going to allow us to go into a lot more locations later on. There's also some Mentats, Stimpack, Med-X. I think that's it. But really, the spacesuit is what you really want to make sure you get. Alright, so what do you want now, Jason?
I waited to speak with you one last time before I descended to the launch pad, Wanderer. I want you to know that we will remember for all eternity how you delivered us to the threshold of the Great Journey. Our preparations are nearly complete, but the rockets that will carry us to salvation are yet missing vital components. If you would still help us, Wanderer, speak to Chris. He can tell you what is missing. There is no way that we can thank you enough, Wanderer. Your arrival here was a blessing. We will remember you always.
Okay, Jason? I really gotta ask you, are you seriously gonna make the Great Journey on rockets?
Yes. The rockets will convey us to our promised land in the far beyond. Vision upon vision has confirmed it.
So with Science of 25, are these surface-to-surface rockets, or will they just straight up launch you into orbit?
I understand your concerns, friend, and I thank you for voicing them. But the Creator's will for us has been made manifest.
Okay. And at this point, we can actually talk to Jason about Chris and sort of dig a little deeper into that. Which in my opinion is, one of the most interesting things about this quest. So Jason, let's talk about Chris for a second. I just want to clear the air about him.
After all that you have done for us, I suppose you deserve to know everything. When Chris came to us, we tried to convince him that he was human. But this only angered him. He seemed lost. We decided to let him stay with us for a few days, over the course of which we learned that his technical skills far surpassed our own. It became clear that the Creator had sent him to us, to ensure the success of the Great Journey. Equally clear was that Chris should labor in blessed ignorance of his humanity, and his inability to make the journey himself. It is no coincidence that 2 humans have been vital to the success of the Great Journey. It is my belief that the Creator sent you and Chris to expiate the sins of your kind against mine. Your redeemers both.
Wait, so you're going to leave Chris behind? He can't come with you?
Such is the Creator's will. Vision upon vision has shown me that, were Chris to accompany us, he would die in minutes. The radiation around the launch pad alone would kill Chris in minutes. The radioactivity of the far beyond is much stronger.
And so from here, you can start sort of forming an opinion that you can actually express to Jason. So you can sort of be somewhat indifferent about it, or you can accuse Jason of manipulating Chris and, really just stick it to him. But, yeah, it's none of my business, but,
Chris shall be declared the saint of the great journey before we depart. I hope this will ease his sadness.
Well, goodbye, Jason.
There is no way that we can thank you enough, Wanderer. Your arrival here was a blessing. We will remember you always.
Alright, and here's Chris himself.
Hey there. Jason says that I am to cooperate with you on the final tasks necessary to launch the Great Journey.
What do you actually do here, Chris? Let me ask you about that real quick.
I'm the Flock's resident engineer. I've always been good with machines. Jason says the Great Journey would have been impossible without me. Of course, my skills aren't much use unless I have the right materials. That's where you come in.
So why don't they let you work down on the launch pad? Why do you stay up here?
When I joined the Flock, Jason made it clear that he wanted me to supervise the repairs, not do them myself. It would be a waste of my gifts to work on just one system at a time. From up here, I've been able to supervise the entire project.
Well, that's because the radiation down there would kill you, Chris. Because you're a human.
I thought we were past all that, Smoothskin. But you just can't resist the chance to mess with me. Typical human. I was human once, Grew up in Vault 34, northeast of here. Nice upbringing if you like assault rifles and target practice. But oh, you prefer machines that don't shoot people? Not so nice then. Who should maintain the Vault's reactor? Hauser? Mitchell? No. Make it Haversam. He likes machines. Haversam won't mind getting irradiated. Haversam won't mind mutating. He's already ugly as it is. Haversam won't mind when his hair starts falling out after a few years. There's no connection, Haversam. You're neurotic.
And yeah, so Chris actually did mark off on our map the location for Vault 34, which we will be exploring later for a variety of reasons. But yes, so Chris is from Vault 34. And so you left your vault because you were going bald.
Bald? You call this bald, Smoothskin? I'm a monster. A monster!
And so with the Black Widow perk, we can flirt with Chris and actually help, sort of open his eyes to the fact that he is not a ghoul, he is a human. Honey, you're no monster. You're cute. Why, I could just about eat you up.
Stop making fun of me! But you're telling the truth, aren't you? Oh no. How could they do this to me? For 2 years? My God, I've been a joke to them. Do you have any idea how easy it'd be for me to sabotage those rockets? That'd be a joke, huh? One hell of a joke.
Yes, and so this is absolutely the caveat of this quest. So from this point, after convincing Chris that, he is human, he is not a ghoul, he rightly feels manipulated by this. He feels betrayed. Jason's been leading him on for 2 years about this. So you can either convince Chris not to sabotage the rockets, or you can totally go along with it and sabotage the rockets. But I'm not going to sabotage the rockets. Chicken Parm was feeling a bit spicy earlier, but, she's feeling a bit sweet now. She wants to help people. So, Chris, that would be murder. You're not a murderer.
What, you think I'm too stupid to pull it off? I know enough to get their rockets working, don't I? So I can make them fail, too.
It's not a matter of smarts, Chris. you would never forgive yourself.
Like I could forgive myself for getting duped like this? They used me, and now they'll throw me away.
They'd take you if they could, Chris, but you would die if you went with them.
And dying would be worse than this? Used up and thrown away like garbage?
Chris, look, they're gonna revere you as a saint. How does that sound?
Oh, so I've redeemed the human race, is that it? What a crock. The human race can't stand me.
Aww. You know, it's so easy to feel sympathetic for Chris because, I mean, his situation is incredibly exaggerated and off the wall, but it is a fairly relatable feeling. You know, when you don't quite fit in with anybody. You know, Chris is a very human person in a sort of psychological way of putting it. But that's not true, Chris. You know, you're alright. You're a good guy.
So, you want me to accompany you on your adventures across the wasteland, is that it?
Well, I mean, maybe not, but there is a little town called Novak, just down the road.
Life among humans again? That's what you're suggesting? I guess it's the only chance I've got. I can't believe I'm agreeing to this, but I'll give it a try. I'll get Jason and his flock on their way, and then I'll head for Novak.
So let's talk to Chris and see what actually needs to be done about the rockets.
Hey, are you ready to get started? Those rockets aren't going to launch themselves.
Alright, what do I need to do?
I was close to completing work on the rockets before we were driven into hiding on the top floor. 2 components were missing. A quantity of isotope 239 igniting agent, and a set of thrust control modules. The igniting agent is highly radioactive and decays quickly. That's why we can't use the drums that leak down on the launch pad. It's no longer potent enough. I need you to find an intact, shielded container of the igniting agent. As for the thrust control modules, they were custom built for these rockets. They won't even launch without them.
Alright, so I will track down the thrust control modules.
Alright, anything else?
Nope, I'm gonna get going.
Bye.
Alright, so you actually don't need to do one and then the other. You can actually just do both in one go. So once you exit from the little room right there, off on your left here, there's a nice convenient ladder that takes you straight back outside. It's super convenient because otherwise you would just be running all the way back through RepCon. And yeah, you don't want to do that. That's incredibly time-consuming and ridiculous. So yep, just head right back out here. Alright, so I'm gonna go sell a few... Wait. Oh! Uh-oh. There's those ghouls! Oh, now they're here. Oh,
Guess we made it.
already got him. I was wondering when they'd show up. That's... Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, if you remember from last time, when we first came through here, I was kind of thrown off because there was supposed to be a bunch of ghouls down here, and they weren't here. But now they're here. Yeah, I think, yeah, New Vegas is kind of just having a New Vegas moment, where areas aren't loading in quite properly. Okay, let's just take care of the 2 ghouls up here by the door, and then we'll actually get going. Alright, where are they at? I see you guys. Okay, perfect. I'm gonna go sell some things, and then I will meet back up with you guys in a second, and we'll grab all the stuff we need for those rockets. Okay, so back here in Novak after quite a bit of selling because I forgot that Eddie was carrying a ton of junk from last week. So let's start making our way north to grab the thrust control modules for the rocket. So we're going to be heading up towards the Gibson scrapyard, which you can see right over there. Alright, here we are. And now let's have a chat with... Oh, we leveled up. Oh, that's perfect. Alright, so let's just do that real quick. Alright, lovely. So... yeah, let's keep speech moving up to 70. Let's maybe bump science up a little bit. And actually... yes, no. Keep science moving up. And... yeah, let's move guns up a little bit as well. And this is a perk level. So, what do I want to take? I'm tempted to take Bloody Mess because that is actually... it's a pretty solid perk. Extra 5% damage with all weapons, so just overall damage boost. But I'm probably going to go with Intense Training again. Let's bring up... probably going to bring up Endurance. I have a very long-term plan, which is why I keep boosting Endurance. And that will come into fruition, but not for a while. We're a long ways off for this this to pay off. But it will. It will definitely pay off in the long run. Alright, so let's talk to Old Lady Gibson and see if we can get those control modules.
Hi there. I'm Old Lady Gibson, or so they tell me. I've got odds and ends for sale, and I'm pretty good at fixing things, too. You might have noticed the very large building just north of here. That's Helios 1. The NCR runs the place, so it's off limits to prospectors.
Ah, okay. Did you ever salvage containers of radioactive material from REPCON?
Certainly did. Hubby and me had an old rad meter to help us tell the difference between what you could salvage and what'd kill you. I kept a glowing container from REPCON around here for years, serving no better purpose than a nightlight. Damn thing wouldn't sell. Then along comes the most peculiar-looking fellow, all decked out in a yellow radiation suit, of which he was proud all out of proportion. The man outright asked if I had anything radioactive for sale. Imagine that. But he paid handsome for that jar of goop. Only saw him that once. He said something about heading over to Clark Field to put his suit through its paces. A strange one he was.
Ah, okay. Well, do you happen to have any thrust control modules from REPCON?
As it so happens, I do have some thrust modules, but they're expensive. 500 caps worth of expensive.
Yeah, so she's gonna charge us 500 caps. With a speech of 50 or a barter of 50, you can cut down the price to 250. If you have the Lady Killer perk, which is for dialogue interactions from a female character to another, you can actually get it for free. But you know, I kinda don't feel like paying, so we're just gonna walk away for now.
All right, then. Take care now.
Subject E, diagnosis complete. Begin recording. My name is Whitley. I'm a researcher at Adams Air Force Base. Until recently, I was in charge of the Duraframe Reinforcement Project for the combat model iBots. iBot Duraframe Subject E is both the prototype and the last functional model in this test group. I was prepared to make several significant upgrades to the machines. However, as the project was cancelled and all Duraframe assets are being diverted to Hellfire armor, I'm sending this model to the Navarro outpost. If you're listening to this log from one of our Enclave outposts in Chicago, give this unit whatever repairs it needs so it can continue to Navarro.
Ah, yes. And so with that, we've started Eddie's companion quest. So Eddie's quest, a little differently from Boone's, is triggered specifically by hearing bits of dialogue from NPCs. So Lady Gibson talking about Helios 1, the power plant up to the north, is actually one of the first triggers that you can get. Well, it's a pretty early on trigger that you can get for Eddie's quest. So this isn't really going to be too active of a thing right now, but we will come back to it in a little bit. So, I don't want to pay for those control modules. But, you know what doesn't cost anything? Stealing. Yep, and if you just go inside Old Lady Gibson's house, or her garage, yep, the rocket parts are right there inside that container. You can just take them. Alright, so let's head back out. And she's not mad, right? No, okay, cool. She has no clue I just did that. Now for the nuclear isotope, whatever it was. So, she did happen to mention that someone came by and actually bought what she had. And that person ran out to Clark Field to go test out their radiation suit. So let's just take a nip over there and see what we find. Wait, where's Clark Field again? Ah, yes. Okay, my bad. So Clark Field is just south of... Well, it's like the southeast of Nipton. I mean, Novak, sorry. On your way out to Nelson. So right where we found those dead Legion soldiers by the car on the way up to Nelson, just head south here. So yeah, as I said, I'm not a fan of this place. And that's for the reason of those guys.
Take them out.
Yep, golden geckos. So early on we saw fire geckos.
Contact.
These are geckos that are essentially so doused in radiation that they have turned gold. Clark Field is a heavily irradiated little patch of land that is swarming with these guys. So I really don't like coming here. So let's just see if we can sort of sneak our way in. And, yep, right here is the man that Old Lady Gibson mentioned with the radiation suit. So if we just come on over to him real quick, Scavenger. Yep, he has the isotope igniting agent right there. His name is actually Mr. Radical, which I think is really funny. And he has a straight-up radiation suit. So this is also, you know, just one of the very specific radiation pieces of armor. The spacesuit is actually a little bit better. It does rad resistance of 40. The radiation suit only does 30. But we're going to take this anyway. And we're actually not going to grab the isotope off of him. Because there is another, much easier way to get the isotope. And I'm going to show you what that is right now. Alright, so we're just going to head right back up here into Dinky the Dinosaur. Into the Dinobite gift shop. Because if you remember from the first time we met Cliff, he mentioned how he had a bunch of souvenir rockets that were full of like nuclear material from Repcon. But the rockets were all given to him, or well, the shop, because children were drinking it thinking it was soda. This is actually the alternative way to get the isotope. It's very, very unorthodox. You're really only going to notice this if you're really paying attention. But I honestly prefer doing this. It's much easier, and all we have to do is just pass a skill check or two.
Welcome back. Can I get you anything?
With a science of 40, is there radioactive material in those rocket souvenirs? It would probably explain the glow and all those children's illnesses.
Well, I don't really know. Would that sour you on buying one if it did?
Well, I mean, actually, I'd like to buy all of your remaining rockets.
Really? I never thought I'd see the day. I mean, the day I'd part with them for such an incredibly low price, with so many other offers flooding in. But I like you. I think maybe it's time. All that's left is in the storage room here. You can buy the key from my store.
And with a barter of 30, Cliff, you don't have any offers for the rockets. Stop kidding around. You'd be lucky to get any money.
Okay, I admit it. They've been collecting dust since before I got here. You can have them dirt cheap. Come back soon now.
Yep, and for 10 caps, we can just buy the storeroom key off of Cliff. It's not really an issue, considering we've already broken in here before. But I think it kind of does count as trespassing if we just open the door without having the key. And I'm not going to wait till nighttime. So, alright, you only need 5 of these rockets. And yeah, just be careful because this whole closet is just full of radiation, obviously. But yeah.
Hey, you came back. Must be doing something right.
Yep, so that's the thrust modules and the isotope, both secured. And yeah, so it's just so much running back and forth. So yeah, I'll jump cut straight to back at RepCon. And wabam, right back in here. Hey Chris, I got the stuff.
Have you found the components we discussed?
Hell yeah, I did.
Indeed you did. And they seem to be in excellent condition. All I need now is the igniting agent we discussed earlier.
What about these like rocket souvenirs? The stuff inside glows.
Yes, that's Isotope 239, all right. And there's enough here to launch the rockets.
Alright, so the rockets are set to go, right?
Yes. I'll tell Jason that the great journey can begin. The rockets are ready, Jason. The great journey can begin. Good luck, I guess.
Yep, and there's Jason and all his ghouls down there.
Gather all. May the Creator guide my words and help me speak true. The Almighty Creator has seen fit to answer our prayers. The time has come for us to board the rockets and begin the great journey. Though it may seem that all humans despise us, the Creator has seen fit to instruct us differently. The journey ahead would have been impossible if not for the intercession of 2 human friends, one new, the other a long, abiding companion. To our new friend, we say thanks, and promise never to forget how we cleared from our path the demons who sought to stay our journey. But to Chris, we owe more than thanks. Chris, you have made this great journey a reality. From this moment forward, you will be remembered as the saint of the great journey. We shall never forget you. I ask that you forgive us, Chris, and give us your blessing, and we bestow ours upon you. Seekers, board the rockets. Take your seats. The great journey awaits. To the promised land we go. To the far beyond.
Yep, and so Jason gives that nice little speech before they take off. Yeah, I was walking slowly because I think sometimes if you make it upstairs before he finishes, it just cuts him off. And I kind of wanted to hear the whole thing. But yes, so we actually need to head up into the research lab and actually start the launch. And the door for that is, I think it's around this corner, right? Yep. Alright, so last thing we can do actually is look at the navigation console. The console seems to have something to do with the course plotted for the rockets, but you can't make heads or tails of how it works. So with a science of 55, we can actually adjust the rockets. We have 45. Do we have a Programmer's Digest? We do. Yep, so we can either examine the data further or set the rockets to crash into each other. We're just gonna examine the data. And so with some minor alterations, we can plot a course that will take them 12.5% closer to their intended destination. Let's make the change. And that gives us some good karma and a little bit of extra experience. If you're playing this with a low intelligence build, you can actually just mash all the buttons and make them blow up. There's a lot of ways to get to the two goals here, but yeah, let's make this happen. And with that, we get a lot more Novak fame, as well as a nice big 720 experience. That's pretty solid. Alright, yeah, and so this quest is basically done at this point. And now that they're all gone, let's just head upstairs and loot. Yeah, because there's a lot of radiation supplies in here in Chris's room. So we can just go ahead and take all of that. Doesn't even count as stealing. Because we need it more than he does. Nope, don't need those. Anything in here? Just one bottle cap. Not bad. And I don't think there's really much else in here. Besides all the workbenches. Oh, mentats. We'll take those. The first aid kit. Can I use the chemistry set? No. There's a lot of chemistry sets in this game, but only a couple of them are actually usable. Yeah, I mean, that's basically everything in here. Alright, so let's make our way back down to Novak. And we'll start working on our next little adventure here. Yep, and if you return to Novak, you will find Chris Haversam just wandering into town. And then, yes, going to stay in Manny's room. Okay, you know what? I almost forgot. I was about to leave Novak, and yeah, I completely forgot. After you finish Come Fly With Me, you're actually supposed to go talk to Manny and turn the quest in to advance the actual story. Yeah, that completely slipped my mind for a minute. That's my bad. So let's head up into Dinky. And, oh, wait, Manny's not here yet. Oh, it's not his shift yet. I'm here early. Okay. Well, let's just wait up here. Yeah, 3 hours should be good. And there he is.
You have any luck with the ghouls? I'm counting on you.
The ghouls are no longer a retcon.
Really? Unbelievable, man. I knew that wasn't gonna be easy. But I had a good feeling about you. You look like you've been through a lot.
Now, about this man that I'm looking for.
Okay, I'll tell you everything I know, like I promised. The guy you're looking for, Benny, he was traveling with some members from my old gang. They were going to Boulder City.
Where's Boulder City?
It's straight up Route 93 from here. Just keep following the road north.
Gotcha. Any idea why they went that way?
No clue. I know Benny hadn't paid up yet. Maybe that was where they were supposed to get square.
Okay. Well, that's all I needed to know.
Hope that helps. I owed you. Yeah, see ya.
Alright, so now we know that Benny, the man who shot us, was heading up towards Boulder City, straight north, up the 93 from here. And luckily, we're heading north anyway. However, we will be making a couple of little pit stops along the way, as per the usual. Yep, so right over there in the distance, past Old Lady Gibson's scrapyard, you will see the power plant Helios 1. She mentioned that to us a little bit earlier, and I think it's about time we went and checked it out. Uh-oh. Oh boy.
Can't run from me.
Yep, Legion hit squad. This is... yeah, this is a location where they can definitely spawn in. I've had this happen before. And yeah, it's not one of my favorite places for them to spawn in, but yeah, that's just how it goes. If you actually get them hostile close enough to Helios 1, the NCR soldiers stationed out there will actually come and help you, which is pretty fun. However, yeah, those NCR soldiers are not essential. They can totally die. So let's just grab everything off of these guys. Ooh, another hunting rifle. Ooh, a 44 revolver. That's pretty good. Plasma grenade. Ooh. Sawed-off shotgun. Wait, was there... so these three guys. And then... someone was up here, right? Yeah, there he is. And just a 9mm pistol. Alright, but that's a pretty good... it's a pretty good haul right there. Alright, so now let's actually make our way down into Helios 1. Let's see what all this noise is about.
This is a restricted area. State your business.
So with your NCR reputation, if it's actually in a positive state, I'm with the NCR. Is there anything I can do to help?
Your being here is a start, soldier. We aren't exactly overflowing with troopers here. But if you really want to help us, talk to the idiot with sunglasses in the back of the plant building. He's been trying to get this place running for months and hasn't made any forward progress.
Shouldn't there be, more people than this defending a power plant? Seems pretty important.
There should, but we're not getting much power out of it, so none of our enemies have big interest in it either. Not like Hoover Dam, anyway. We had a real fighting force here just long enough to take it from the Brotherhood of Steel. Then they got sent east to the dam like everybody else. Caesar's Legion sends skirmishers every so often, prodding for weaknesses mostly. The reality is, if they really wanted it, we'd all be dead.
Why was the Brotherhood of Steel here?
Damned if I know. Put up a hell of a fight, though. We had them outnumbered, I don't know, 20 to 1 maybe? They held out as long as they could, lost most of their force before they retreated. Gave us a little parting gift, too. They had some of the plant running, but they shut it all down. Enabled an old security system, too, to keep us away from the controls. Jerk-offs.
But why are you here and not on the front lines then? Isn't that more important?
I ask myself the same question all the time. But energy is hard to come by around here. Gives you more control over this area than troops ever could. Hell, if we lose the dam to the Legion, this little plant may be our last stand.
That's a valid point. Alright, goodbye, Lieutenant Haggerty.
Later.
Ooh, and, oh, that's empty. Alright, let's make our way inside. Because we did just pick up the quest for that lucky old son, which is a fantastic quest. I really love it. It's very dark in here. Why are you guys standing around in the dark like this? Jeez.
This chain link fence perimeter is worthless.
Just...
we might as well be defending a cage from the inside.
And since we are... ooh, pulse grenades. That is perfect. I always pick up those pulse grenades because we are going to need them. Yeah, if you have a positive reputation with the NCR, none of this is stealing. You can just take all of it. Otherwise, they usually do mark it as stealing. But we're okay. So let's just head on through here. Through this door. Anything good in here? Let me see. No, not particularly. Oh, here we go. More 10mm rounds. That's free money. Cigarettes. Ah, yes. And this door leads you back outside to the actual field. And you can just pick this lock for some easy experience. Takes you right outside, and we'll just head back in. Yeah, but we don't need to head outside just yet. Oop. Nope, nothing over here. Yep, there's that guy.
Back in our hands. I hope we can defend it this
time. Actually, no, let's head upstairs first. So there is something up here that we do want to grab. We may as well grab it before we need it. Is there a light switch in here? Nope. Alright. Inside the footlocker, the control terminal password for the Eastern Reflector. We're going to need that, and grabbing it now saves us a little bit of time. There's also a DC Journal of Internal Medicine on the bed. Make sure you pick that up. Tinted reading glasses, just another copy of the password. I'm not sure why there's two in the same room, but I mean, it's there if you need it. So let's just read that real quick. Medicine goes up by 4. Perfect. And now let's head back down and go speak to the idiot like Haggerty told us to. And here he is, one of my absolute favorite ridiculous characters in this game. Fantastic.
Who the hell are you? They bring you in to replace me? They're replacing me, aren't they?
Oh, man. Okay. So I always go with, that's right. I'm here for your job.
Ah, shit. Shit, man. I need this. Gotta pay the bills. And I'm addicted to a lot of different kinds of chems. I mean a lot.
It's amazing how forthcoming he is about this. You can outright attack him if you want, but or you can just, you know, be like, yeah, I'm messing with you, buddy. But no. Speech 25. You pay me a stack of caps right now, and I'll forget that you have my job.
Aw, man. How am I supposed to buy chems now? Fine, here.
That's 100 free caps. It's just such an easy, silly thing. I love Fantastic. What job do you have here?
What else? I'm in charge. This whole operation depends on me. No Fantastic, no power. Got the whole NCR suckling my teats, and it feels so good.
What are you trying to accomplish?
Well, see, we're getting power because the guy running this place is fantastic. But the mirrors outside aren't aimed right, so we're running at 1% efficiency, and I guess that just isn't good enough for some assholes. Trouble is, most of the controls for this place aren't here. They're in the tower. And that place has some crazy pre-war security system that the dumb shit NCR set off when they took over. Killed 2 guys. Now they won't go near it. They want me to make an omelet, but I can't break any of their eggs. Know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think I know what you're saying. So what exactly do you do?
Fuck, man. Everything. I push buttons, I turn dials, I read numbers. Sometimes I make up little stories in my head about what the numbers mean. Like one time I imagined they were a code to get into a vault full of naked women. Man, how cool would that be?
I love him. He's just absolutely ridiculous. So you have no clue what you're doing, right?
No, man. I know exactly what I'm doing. I just don't know what effect it's going to have. Over there controls power in this building. That station has readouts on the computer network. That big knob there makes a crazy noise. Sparks come out of that slot if you put stuff in it. and I'm learning more every day.
How did you get this job?
It was easy, man. They were going door to door asking if anyone knew any scientists. I said look no further. They asked me if I knew anything about power plants. I said as much as anyone I had ever met. They asked me how well I understood theoretical physics. I said I had a theoretical degree in physics. They said welcome aboard.
Why are you worried about being replaced?
Worried? Do I look worried to you? I've got this under control, baby. No one else can do what I do here.
So, you mentioned the mirrors aren't aligned properly. How would someone retarget them?
There's these 2 terminals outside. They control the mirrors. I tried fooling with them, but didn't get very far. You'd have to get them to talk to the mainframe up in the tower, then do the rest from up there. I'm guessing, but it sounds good, right? Hey, you're not thinking about going up there, are you?
I am now.
Well, hey, if you find yourself up at the mainframe, do yourself a favor and make sure you send the power to the right place. It needs to go to the Strip and McCarran.
Why should the power go to the Strip and McCarran?
Because I get paid, that's why. Per kilowatt hour. Whatever the hell that is. That's where the NCR wants the power, so that's where I want it. But you know, you do that, maybe I put in a good word for you with them. Fantastic's little helper. There's a reputation you can hang your hat on.
Alright, well, thanks for that.
Here, you want this. It's the password to one of the terminals outside. Found it written on one of the stalls in the bathroom.
Yep, and he just gave us the Western Reflector password, and lucky for us, we already picked up the Eastern one. So Fantastic is... He is fantastic. There is no other way to put it. He is such an entertaining person to talk to. But he is not the real star of this show. We're here to talk to Ignacio.
It's unusual to see a new face here. Are you a soldier or a scientist?
My interest in this place is scientific.
Then we have that in common. Whom do you typically work with?
And with Speech 35, we could say, this is your turf. For all I know, you could have me killed for my allegiance. Who are you with? But, for once, we're not going to go with the speech check. I just do what's necessary to keep the peace.
That's reassuring. Although many who've made that claim to the followers of the Apocalypse over the years have had less than pure intentions. But if it's really as you say, then take my advice. This installation carries with it dangers that no one here has realized. Take care of what you do here, and who you listen to. Some things are best left buried with the old world.
Why are you here?
I was sent here when we saw that the NCR had taken it. We have no record of the facility, but its original builders were cause for concern. I'm to determine the threat level of this place, and do everything in my power to prevent the revival of any dangerous pre-war technology. The NCR let me stay because they are desperate for answers about this place, but I've kept them in the dark.
What more is there to this place than, just a power plant?
I don't entirely know. Our records on the company that built this place suggest that their dealings were not only in energy, but also in weapons. And I've seen equipment here marked with symbols used by the pre-war military, targeting computers, shock sensors. A code word comes up repeatedly in the papers I've looked through here. Archimedes.
So, you think Archimedes is a weapon that they built here?
Yes, and the technology they have in this facility is like nothing I've seen. Some of it reminds me of Enclave equipment, but more advanced. A weapon based upon it would be catastrophic, no matter who claimed it. It's no wonder the Brotherhood wouldn't give it up.
So, the Brotherhood of Steel, they knew about Archimedes. Is that what you're saying?
They weren't here for me to ask, but I doubt they were here for electricity. When the NCR first came here, it was under Brotherhood control. They usually steer clear of one another, but something here changed their minds. The Brotherhood's interest in pre-war technology has always been in weapons. It's likely they were trying to reclaim Archimedes when the NCR arrived.
So the NCR, they just straight up don't know about the weapon that might be here?
Not yet. By some miracle, they've hired an imbecile to try and decipher the systems here. He spent months working at one console trying to get the solar reflectors to track the sun.
What he doesn't know is that the only thing the console controls is the plant's intercom system. I tried to tell him, but he insisted that the largest console had to be the most important. Still, it's only a matter of time.
Tell me more about the followers of the Apocalypse.
Humanity lost many things after the war. Methods of agriculture, techniques for survival. We took it upon ourselves to piece together this knowledge and bring it back to them.
Go on.
Other things weren't lost, but were blocked from our collective memory. Knowledge of what we're capable of and how things spiral out of control. It's in our nature to want to forget truths that keep us awake at night. And for that reason, it's all the more important that the followers walk the ways to remind people of them.
The NCR asked me to help increase the plant's power output.
Then I would say do it. As long as the power of this plant is committed to the regional grid and not to a weapon, we are safe. If you're the one to restore output, then you can route the power where you choose, and they'll never be the wiser. I can't get you past the security in the tower, but I can be of some help. I've discovered a password for one of the mirror control terminals outside. You'll need it.
Why would you trust me with this? You don't really know me at all.
I'm a man of letters. I'd be torn to pieces by the security system they have in that tower. I'd never reach the mainframe. But eventually, the NCR will. Or if not them, Caesar's Legion. They will use this place for war. Because the possibility exists you might do anything else, you're the only choice I have.
Where should I route the power then?
Oh, the NCR has their own designs for it, no doubt, but resist the urge to send it only to the thriving communities. The need for power is great everywhere. Distributing it evenly is the most rational and humane choice.
Do the followers work together with the NCR? What's that relationship like?
We did for a time, but our goals differ. The NCR only cares to expand their wealth and their reach. For us, territory boundaries mean nothing, and prosperity has to be for everyone, not just citizens of the NCR. So parting was inevitable. While the NCR pushes east, we clean up the mess they leave behind, try to provide some stability.
And so where are the followers based around here? Where can I find them?
We're scattered mostly. We go where we're needed. Our largest presence is in Freeside, at Old Mormon Fort. Other than that, I know Dr. Usanagi set up a practice near the Crimson Caravan, and a man we train is operating out of the Aerotech building. Another man, Tom Anderson, was looking into water supply problems in Westside, but that was a while ago.
Alright, well, thank you, Ignacio.
Goodbye.
Alright, so yeah, there was a lot to learn there. Wait a second. Where's Eddie? Where did Eddie go?
Download complete. Begin recording. Navarro Outpost Scientist, I am glad that EDE has reached you. You will find several databanks of information on this machine.
There we go. Yeah, I was waiting for Eddie to show up, because talking to Ignacio and mentioning Archimedes and the Enclave is actually the second, one of the second quest triggers that you can get for Eddie's companion quest. The only sort of thing here is that you need to wait 5 days between the first and the second one. So during this big jump cut here, I did wait 5 in-game days. So now we can carry on with this.
Please handle this information with the utmost care, as it represents the sum total of the results of my research on the Duraframe iBots. There are also several databanks with information on my research into Poseidon Energy, and some projects they were working on in the Mojave area.
Alright, so nothing's really going to come of that for another couple of in-game days, but that was useful to set off. So Ignacio is hoping that we can reach the mainframe of Helios 1 and restore power to the entire region. And that, my friends, is where we will pick up next time. Heading into Helios 1, setting up these reflector panels, and reaching the mainframe, and ultimately deciding where this power will go. So thank you all so much for joining me. My name is John from Toxic Crew Plays. If you like what you saw, please do yourself a huge favor, head down the description below and check out all of those amazing, fantastic links down there. My Venmo is also in the description if you would like to send me a little donation, support what I do. That would be greatly appreciated. So once again, thank you so much for watching. My name is John from Toxic Crew Plays. Have a great day. Goodbye.